Dear friends and guests, welcome to our UNFCCC COP28 side event, Local Governments Lead Resilient Zero Carbon and Sustainable Society Transition, organized by IJS and ICRE. I'm Junichi Fujino, IJS and Principal Researcher, Institute for Global Environmental Strategies. Today we have many speakers, so I jump into the program, and then I would like to invite Mr. Yasuo Takahashi, Executive Director of the IJS, my boss, for his opening remarks. So, Takahashi-san, よろしくお願いします。
Thank you, Fujino-san, for your kind introduction. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Distinguished Governor, Mayors, speakers, and participants. My name is Yasuo Takahashi, Executive Director of IJS, Institute for Global Environmental Strategies. We are very happy to organize this side event together with ICRE, focusing on local initiatives towards zero carbon and sustainable society in this Japanese pavilion. ICRE is our very important partner to promote local actions towards zero carbon and sustainable society. We also lead the enhancement of local sustainability, especially in Asia-Pacific region, with our stakeholders as a change agent. And I just established 3 task forces in our organization, namely city, business, and finance, since 2016. I just also joined the recent activities to promote climate and SDGs synergies initiated by UNDESA and UNFCCC, and we supported to organize the 3rd international conference in Tokyo last year, July, with MOEJ and UNU. And this September, UNDESA and UNFCCC launched the first Global Synergy Report in conjunction with SDG Summit. And Professor Kazuhiko Takeuchi, the president of IJS, joined this process as an expert panel member, and we introduced regional circulating and ecological sphere and these carbonization leading areas into the Global Synergy Report. Today, I fully appreciate distinguished governor and mayors, namely Governor Shinji Hirai of Tottori Prefecture, Mayor Katsunori Aoki of Katsushika City, he is in person, and Mayor Ryugo Watanabe of Sado City, and Mayor Michitaro Watanabe of Nasu Shiobara City to join us and deliver very important message to COP28 in Dubai. I also today appreciate today's many speakers. In particular, I sincerely welcome the attendance of younger generation from Japanese university and college. I wish this event could be a good opportunity to share lessons learned and to accelerate zero carbon actions and create sustainable society from Japan and Asia Pacific. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you so much, Mr. Takahashi-san, for your opening remarks. Then I would like to invite Mr. Yoshihiro Mizutani, Director for International Cooperation Transition to Decarbonization and Sustainable Infrastructure Global Environmental Bureau, Minister of the Environment, Japan, for invited remarks. So, Mizutani-san, よろしくお願いします。
Thank you, Fujino-san, and welcome to Japan's Japan Pavilion. Good afternoon. I'm Yoshihiro Mizutani, Director for International Cooperation, Ministry of the Environment, Japan. Thank you very much for joining us today at the local government's lead resilient zero carbon and sustainable society transition. Well, cities are increasingly attracting strong attention from the viewpoint of climate change countermeasures. The IPCC AR6 also highlights the need for cities to urgently address transition to decarbonization. As you know, cities account for approximately 70% of global GHG emissions. So Ministry of the Environment, Japan has been promoting policies and measures on greenhouse gas emission reduction in cities and the demand side measures, including decarbonization leading areas in Japan and city-to-city collaboration projects in the international level. For example, the regional decarbonization roadmap was co-developed in June 2021 by national and subnational governments to facilitate local decarbonization actions, responding to national commitment to achieve net zero by 2050. Based on that roadmap, our ministry is planning to designate more than 100 decarbonization leading areas, which aim to achieve net zero by 2030, 20 years ahead of national target year of 2050. Nasu Shiobara City and Sado City joining this seminar remotely are among them. Today, we have honorable presence of Mr. Aoki, Mayor of Katsushika, representing the Tokyo 23 wards. I look forward to hearing from you the leading activities in Tokyo. It is also my great pleasure to be with young people from Tottori Prefecture of Japan. I hope you will experience a lot during the COP28, develop your own perspectives, and then convey your idea or perspective to your family and friends in Tottori. Finally, I hope this seminar will be a meaningful opportunity for all of us to think about decarbonization activities led by cities. Thank you very much for your attention, and I do hope you enjoy this seminar. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Ms. Tani-san, for very warm remarks. Oh, and now we just have the very important the co-organizer, Mr. Gino Van Begin, and Secretary General of ICRE. So please have your welcome remarks to this side event. So Gino-san, please.
Good afternoon to all of you. I just want to check before I start, are you going to do the translation from here or is it there? Okay, good, all right. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and sorry for my delay. I'm just coming from our multi-level action and urbanization pavilion, which we had the opening session of just right now. And I should say, first of all, we were very honored to have a number of dignitaries, including the governor of Tokyo, at our pavilion. So after that, I had to rush to come here to the Japan pavilion, but very happy to do so. The multi-level action and urbanization pavilion is really the base for local and regional governments that are here at the COP28 in Dubai, and as a base for connecting with one another, but in particularly to advocating towards the nations. As you all know, the COP28 is particularly important as it coincides with the very first global stocktake since the adoption of the Paris Agreement. And if you have read the reports that underline the global stocktake process, you will find that we are not really on a good track, and that even the IPCC experts predict that we might be going into a 1.4 increase in global warming by as early as 2027. So this is, of course, alarming. The commitments that are on the table currently by nations under the first NDC process and the second NDC process are not sufficient. Therefore, this global stocktake is so important because it showcases not only that we are not on track in terms of commitments, but it also shows the ultimate state of our planet and what we can do better to chart for a better future. Now, whilst parties are taking stock, and whilst we hope that they will have understood the message of being more ambitious in their own commitments altogether, we, as the constituency of subnational governments, of local and regional governments here, are cooperating very closely with the COP28 presidency, as well as with the special envoy of the United Nations, Michael Bloomberg, to organize here a very coherent and loud voice of subnational governments. The LCAS, the Local Climate Action Summit, has started this morning in conjunction with the World Climate Action Summit. This is for the very first time that a presidency, a co-presidency, has allowed to join those dialogues to come together. We will continue with the Local Climate Action Summit discussions this afternoon and tomorrow. I invite you all to try to attend those sessions, as it will give you and demonstrate the power that we have currently at subnational government level. And this since actually we started negotiating in 2007 in Bali and then later on in Copenhagen, leading to Paris. Now, the message that we have here for nations is clearly to join the global stocktake results and conclusions and to say, well, no, more has to be done. And that is where we then started to look into these NDCs of parties. And what is good about it is that around 24% of the NDCs include already actions, programs, projects, financing for subnational governments. So there is a base on which we can build. And so our demand now is really to say to the nations, it's not only about recognizing the actions that subnational governments are undertaking, but it's about involving really and supporting and financing these actions in the future. So our demand is very simple. We are here to ask the nations to include in their next NDCs, because this NDC process is starting from here in Dubai onwards, must end and conclude until 2025 in Brazil at the COP30. So one message, we ask nations, all nations, to either step up, or if they have already included subnational action, or to enhance and expand with subnational action their commitments. We believe that in doing so, we can together, from a multi-level partnership, from a multi-stakeholder partnership, we can still keep us on track of the Paris Agreement. Lots needs to be done, and it's an enormous commitment that subnational governments are making. Today here from ICLE only, we have more than 180 mayors and governors who are here to attend the COP to spread this message. My colleagues from other networks have brought also equally a number of their local and regional representatives. I think we're all together more than 500 here now in these 2 days. And I actually must also say, very grateful to Michael Bloomberg for supporting financially also our presence here. But to come back on our political message, and what we want to achieve here is really that nations understand not only that they have to recognize the work that's been done on the ground, but also support and finance that work, including also other multilateral organizations, banks, etc. One good news, the loss and damage fund that was approved in terms of its operationalization, approved yesterday, contains and allows direct access of subnational governments to the fund. And that is a big step forward. The fund itself has not sufficient financial means yet. We hope that nations will further feed the fund whilst with commitments during these 2 weeks. But it's the very first time that a fund that is working, in this case, on loss and damage from climate impacts is open to subnational government directly. And the World Bank, who is patronizing this fund in the meanwhile, is asked to respect that. So that is really, really very good. Further on, we would like to see, and that is why we are reaching out to a large number of party delegations, including Japan. In Japan, we know that over the last 2-3 years, a lot of work has been done at the subnational and local government, but more importantly, has also been supported by the national government. And that is, of course, very, very good. We have looked at your NDCs, we have looked at the practices that are being undertaken in Japan, and we are taking that as models for other parties to do the same. Actually, here on this, I can say that the largest emitters in absolute terms, China, United States, India, and Indonesia, are all three parties that have already a good base of supporting subnational action. So politically, I think it is powerful to showcase that these large emitters in absolute terms are using the mechanisms of cooperation and support of their other levels of government to advance on the Paris Agreement. And I think that is a kind of messaging that we want to bring further. With the COP presidency, we have worked on a pledge for parties. It's called CHAMP. It's a coalition of high ambition action for climate change. And as a partnership, we are offering this to parties to sign up to this pledge until the end of these 2 weeks. And that this pledge is becoming an outcome under the COP presidency work. So as we speak, we know that already 30 parties have endorsed CHAMP by today. And we hope, obviously, that in the next 2 weeks, CHAMP will actually be able to bring in far more endorsers, and that we can kick off the day after the 13th of December with a NDC preparatory process worldwide, and that we can help and support national governments to upgrade their commitments under the Paris Agreement and the NDCs with subnational components. So with this, I would like to end here. In terms of my intervention, I would just like to thank all of you very much for giving me the opportunity to speak here at this event. I would like to thank very much my colleagues at IGES and the entire team that is working and has been working hard to organize this session. I would like to wish you all very good further conversations and discussions. Please do not hesitate to come to our pavilion as well. I don't want to make any competition with the Japan pavilion, but ours is as beautiful. And you will find a number of peers from the subnational government level. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Then next, I would like to move to the next session, the zero carbon transition by larger cities. So this session focusing on the larger cities, especially the Tokyo 23rd wards. This is one of the largest city group in Japan, and then it's also emit a lot of carbon. So they need to take actions, and then now this month they have a new declaration by themselves, and also the declaration with the financial group, 3 mega banks in Japan to support the small and medium enterprise for the energy saving and renewable energy. So this is the first opportunity for them to launch this initiative in the COP21 at the global level. So wait a moment. Okay, so then this is his first time to come to COP. So please welcome the Mayor Aoki from the Katsushika Ward, Tokyo, Japan.
葛飾区長の青木和則です。よろしくお願いします。講演に先立ちまして、環境省地球環境戦略研究機関、それからイクレイ、それから参加される皆様にお礼を申し上げます。特別区長会を代表して、大都市部におけるゼロカーボン移行についてお話をいたします。
I'm Katsunori Aoki, Katsuska City Mayor. First, I would like to just thank you, the Ministry of Environment, the Institute of Global Environmental Studies, Strategies, ICREI, the organizers, and all guests and participants for joining in this event. On behalf of the Metropolitan Tokyo Mayor's Council, I will explain how major cities are trying to make a net zero carbon transition.
特別区は東京都内の基礎的自治体で23あることから23区と呼ばれています。23区全体で面積は628平方キロ、人口は957万人です。その一つである葛飾区は、東京の北東部に位置する基礎的な自治体で、面積は35平方キロ、人口は46万人です。
Metropolitan area cities are basic local governments in Tokyo and are often referred to as the 23 cities because there are 23 of them in Tokyo. The combined area is approximately 628 square kilometers and the total population is about 9.57 million. Katsushika City is located in the northeast of Tokyo. The area is around 35 square kilometers and the population is about 460,000.
葛飾区内から排出される温室効果ガスの量は2013年で166万5000トン、東京都の 2.3%、日本全体の 0.12% に当たります。これを2030年までに半分、そして2050年までに実質ゼロにすることを目指しています。
The amount of greenhouse gases emitted from Katsuska City was approximately 1.7 million tons in 2013, which represents 2.3% of Tokyo and 0.12% of Japan as a whole. We aim to reduce this amount by half by 2030 and net zero by 2050.
葛飾区の気候変動対策の特色は、持続可能な地域社会を構築するため、温室効果ガス排出量削減に加えて、他の地域の課題の解決に寄与することを重視をしています。
One distinctive characteristic of Katsushika City's climate change strategy is not only reducing greenhouse gas emissions, but also tackling other local issues to build a sustainable community.
例えば、省エネルギーの推進では、補助制度と優遇金利によって住宅の断熱化を促すことで、熱中症やヒートショックも防ぐ健康エコ住宅の普及に力を入れています。
For example, in promoting energy efficiency, we are putting effort to disseminate health-oriented eco homes that prevent heat stroke and heat shock by encouraging an insulation of homes through subsidies and preferential interest rates.
2022年3月に改定した地球温暖化対策実行計画において、すべての公共施設の新築、改築、ゼブ化を目指すことにしています。特に学校のゼブ化や断熱改修は教育環境の向上につながるとともに、そこで学ぶ子どもたちの環境教育にも生かしています。
As part of our climate change action plan for operations, revised in March 2022, we aim to make all new and renovated public facilities to zero energy buildings called ZEBs. ZEB conversions and insulation renovations in schools contribute to an improved educational environment as well as environmental education.
専門家の指導によって子ども自身が教室の断熱化を進める学校断熱ワークショップを清和小学校で実施をし、来年1月には青葉中学校でも実施の予定です。また、都市部の学校は災害時の避難場所になることから、レジリエンスの点からも重要だと考えています。
We have insulation school workshops in which students learn how to install insulation materials in classroom under professional guidance. The workshop has been already carried out in Seiwa Elementary School and will take place in Aoba Junior High School next January. We regard schools in urban areas as important facilities to increase resilience of cities because they serve as evacuation centers in case of disasters.
再生可能エネルギーの普及では、都市部は有給地が少ないことから、建物の屋上に設置する太陽光発電システムと蓄電池をセットで普及させるように補助制度を構築しています。電力の自給自足を促すことで、災害などによる停電への備えにもつながります。葛飾区では、本年10月までに太陽光発電システムを3511件、蓄電池を1808件の導入助成をいたしました。
As for promoting renewable energy, given limited spaces in urban areas, we have developed a subsidy system to encourage installation of photovoltaic power generation and storage batteries on building rooftops. The system promotes self-sufficiency in electricity as well as preparation for power outages in case of disasters. As of October this year, Katsushika City has supported the installation of 3,511 photovoltaic systems and 1,808 storage batteries.
2050年目標に向けて、国や都では省エネ、再エネ機器の補助を充実してきました。特に東京都は2021年1月にカーボンハーフを表明し、省エネ、再エネ機器の普及を強化しています。
To achieve the 2050 target, the national and metropolitan governments have been increasing subsidies for energy saving and renewable energy devices. Particularly in January 2021, Tokyo has announced its carbon half target and strengthened measures to promote energy saving and renewable energy devices.
葛飾区では国や都の補助制度を生かしつつ、地域の実情に合わせ、それらに上乗せをすることで、省エネ、再エネ機器等の普及を進め、近年、その実績が大幅に増加しています。
In addition to national governments and metropolitan government subsidies, Katsushika City has provided support according to the local conditions. As a result, the use of energy savings and renewable energy devices in Katsushika City has significantly increased.
国や都との連携だけではなく、基礎的自治体間の連携も気候変動対策を進める上ではとても重要です。葛飾区は2020年2月に都内の基礎的自治体で初めてゼロエミッションを宣言しました。これをぜひ他の国も広げていきたいと考え、23区の区長が集まる特別区長会総会で特別区のゼロカーボンに向けた連携について私が提案をしました。
In promoting measures against climate change, it is also important to cooperate among local governments as well as working with national and metropolitan governments. In February 2020, Katsushika City became the first local government in Tokyo to declare zero carbon city. To spread this action to other cities, I proposed to take cooperative actions of the 23 cities altogether towards zero carbon cities at a meeting of the Metropolitan Tokyo Mayor's Council.
私の提案を受け、2021年度から特別区長会調査研究機構でゼロカーボンシティ特別区の実現に向けた調査研究が始まります。ここにいらっしゃる作田先生、藤野先生、この研究の指導をお願いをいたしました。お礼を申し上げます。ありがとうございました。
In response to my proposal, the Council Research Institute has started a study on realizing a zero carbon city in the 23 cities from 2021. I'd like to take this opportunity to express my sincere gratitude to team leader Ms. Sakita and Dr. Fujino here, and thank you very much for your guidance on this research.
2023年3月に2年間の研究成果を発表しました。この中で各区が単独に取り組むだけでなく、23区の連携により特に高い効果が期待される再生可能エネルギー電力の利用を推進するためのリバースオークションによる共同購入、 金融機関と連携した中小企業の脱炭素化への支援、建物・住宅のゼブゼッチ普及の推進、森林環境譲与税を活用した森林整備の取り組みによる吸収量の確保の4つの連携方策を示してきました。
In March 2023, the results of this two-year research were published. It is indicated to have 4 cooperative measures, which are particularly more effective if the 23 cities work together rather than work alone. The measures are: 1, joint purchasing through reverse auctions to promote renewable energy power usage. 2, the support for decarbonization of SMEs in cooperation with financial institutions. 3, the promotion of ZEB-ZEC buildings and houses. And 4, the securing carbon storage through forest management by the Forest Environmental Transfer Tax.
この研究成果を踏まえ、2023年7月に私は特別区長会総会で、特別区長会による2050年ゼロカーボン共同宣言、特別区長会と金融機関との連携による中小企業の脱炭素化の支援、特別区が連携して気候変動対策を担う組織の設置を提案しました。
Based on the findings, I proposed 3 measures at the general meeting of the Metropolitan Tokyo Mayor's Council in July 2023. 1, the joint declaration of zero carbon emissions by 2050 by the Mayor's Council. 2, the support for the SMEs decarbonization in cooperation with financial institutions. And 3, the establishment of an organization by the 23 cities to take countermeasures against climate change.
検討を重ねた結果、特別区長会は2023年10月16日に各区が地域特性に応じた地球温暖化対策を実施することに加えて、特別区が連携し、相乗効果を最大限引き出すことで、特別区全体で2050年までに温室効果ガス排出量の実質ゼロを実現を目指すことを宣言しました。
After careful considerations, the Mayor's Council declared on 16th October in 2023 that 23 cities will cooperate to maximize synergies to achieve net zero GHG emissions by 2050, in addition to each city's measures based on its regional characteristics.
また研究成果である4つの連携方策を着実に推進するため、気候変動対策推進組織を設けることも決まりました。
It was also decided to establish an organization to implement the 4 collaboration measures indicated in this research.
さらに特別区長会は、中小企業の脱炭素化を進めるために、こちらにいらっしゃる三井住友銀行さんをはじめ、日本のすべてのメガバンクと連携協定を10月16日に締結いたしました。
Furthermore, on 16th October this year, the Mayor's Council have signed cooperation agreement with all major banks in Japan, including Mitsui Sumitomo Bank, who joined this conference today. The agreement aims at promoting the SME's decarbonization.
今後、サプライチェーン全体の温室効果ガス排出量の削減が求められていくことから、下請けとなる中小企業がサプライチェーンから外されることなく、ビジネスチャンスの獲得や技術革新の創出につなげられるよう、メガバンクと連携しながら進めてまいります。
As we are getting required more reduction of GHG emissions in a supply chain, we will continue supporting SMEs in cooperation with major banks so that SMEs can seize business opportunities and create technological innovations without being expelled from the supply chain.
人口と社会資本が集中し、エネルギーと資源が大量放出されている東京の中で、特別区が基礎的自治体として果たす役割を果たし、温室効果ガスの排出削減の取り組みを加速させることは、世界の脱炭素化を牽引する上で極めて重要な使命です。これからも特別区、そして葛飾区が大都市の気候変動対策のモデルとなれるよう、多様な主体と連携協働して持続可能で豊かな地域づくりにつながるよう気候変動対策をリードしてまいります。
Tokyo is the city where a large population and social infrastructure are centered, and a huge amount of energy and resources are being consumed. As a local government in Tokyo, the 23 cities' important mission is to lead accelerating reduction of GHG emissions in cities to contribute to decarbonization of the world. I promise that the 23 cities as well as Katsushika City take a lead against climate change in cooperation with various stakeholders to help develop a sustainable and affluent community. With that, we can be a role model to fight against the climate change.
ご清聴ありがとうございました。頑張
Thank
り
you
ま
very
す。
much.
So as Mayor mentioned, so he also declared to work together with the financial group. So this time, Mr. Atsushi Shimizu, the head of the Sustainability Division, Sumitomo Mitsui Banking Corporation, SMBC, he just came from Tokyo, and then so floor is yours.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Atsushi Shimizu. I'm the group head of corporate sustainability of SMBC Group. SMBC Group is the second largest financial group in Japan. In Japan, there are so-called three mega banks, MUFG, Mizuho, and SMBC. And as Mayor Aoki explained, this time, all these three mega banks joined their zero carbon agreement with their 23 wards in Tokyo. SMBC Group has 80,000 corporate clients in Japan, and the vast majority of the clients are SMEs, small and mid-sized enterprises. And SMBC Group has supported the decarbonization journey of such clients, including SMEs. And we understand that we understand that client journey towards decarbonization generally goes through three steps. Firstly, understanding current situation by calculating GHG emissions. Secondly, formulating plans and strategy in order to reduce GHGs. Finally, executing such reduction plans. In recent years, Scope 3 management has become very urgent matters, especially for top-tier companies. And that means that the supply chain companies of such top-tier companies, actually the vast majority of such supply chain companies are SMEs, now under highly pressure to manage their GHG emissions properly. However, generally speaking, it's very difficult for such SME companies to calculate GHG emissions, merely due to the lack of resources and the lack of experiences. So in order to tackle these issues, we developed Sastana. Sastana is a digital tool which makes it easier for our clients to calculate GHG emissions and produce their GHG emission report online. We launched the Sastana last year, and we already introduced this Sastana product over 1,400 companies in Japan. Based on the GHG emission data collected through Sastana, we provide advisory on how to reduce GHG emissions and offer various solutions in order to reduce GHG emissions like loans, underwriting, and leasing. And we also understand that the decarbonization efforts cannot be done by a single company or cannot be done by a single financial institution like us. So by leveraging the partnership with the Tokyo 23 wards under the zero carbon agreements, we would like to accelerate our efforts and initiatives towards the realization of decarbonization society. That's all for me, and thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Shimizu, and then thank you for explaining the global trend of the business, how the climate action is very, very necessary and very urgent. Thank you so much. Okay, so then next I would like to Ms. Yuko Sakita. She's an expert to support this initiative. She is the president of the Genki Net for Creating a Sustainable Society. So, Sakita 先生、よろしくお願いします。
ありがとうございます。 Good afternoon, everyone. Yes. ありがとう。どうも。Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Yuko Sakita, and I was the leader of a research team that summarized the results of the recommendations to Metropolitan Tokyo Mayor's Council. That Mayor Aoki of Katsushika City had just introduced. The sub-leader is Mr. Fujino, who is also today's facilitator. Thank you. The research was conducted for 2 years, and from April 2021 to December 2022. The first thing that became clear was metropolitan area cities that emit 3/4 of Tokyo's total CO2 emissions will find it difficult to achieve zero carbon with current climate change measures. Therefore, as a result of the research, we proposed these four collaborative measures that would have a synergistic effect if the 23 cities worked together. We sincerely welcome the acceptance of our proposal by the Mayor Council. We are also pleased that mega banks such as SMBC have given positive considerations to measures to cooperate with financial institutions. In this way, considering effective measures based on the results of research is considered to be a process similar to that of climate change negotiations, which are based on science, such as the IPCC. And full-scale implementation will begin from now on. I myself am a resident of Shinjuku City, one of the 23 cities, and I am expanding environmental education to change the behavior of citizens. While practicing it myself, I would like to support the realization of zero carbon for the metropolitan area cities. And finally, I'd like to express my gratitude to the Ministry of the Environment for giving us this opportunity. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. So come back to the seat, and maybe you can have very important group photo again. So 3 of you. じゃあ区長真ん中に立っていただいて。どうぞ区長真ん中で。はい。はい。はい。So congratulations for this initiative. So Tokyo, go ahead and for having the zero carbon and also financial group support the local government. So congratulations. Congratulations. Okay, thank you so much. So then we'd like to move to the next session. So please come back to the seat. Okay, so next I would like to move to the zero carbon transition by middle small size cities session. So we have 2 very important messages from the mayors. So one is by Mr. Ryugo Watanabe, mayor of the佐渡City. So please, he sent kindly a video message. Please take a look.
Dear distinguished speakers, mayors, participants, organizers, thank you so much for inviting me to this important COP28 side event.
We cannot hear the sound.
Niigata, Japan. I'm happy to send this video message in this city hall. Sado Island is rich in nature and culture, with a population of around 50,000 people. Sado Island faces typical Japanese issues, including a decreasing population. You may know the name of Toki, Japanese crested ibis, Japanese symbolic bird. In 2003, the last Toki in Japan, her name is Kin, died in Sado. We were Toki from China, and all stakeholders collaborated to create an environment suitable for Toki. In 2008, the first 10 Toki born in the conservation center in Sado were released into the wild. In 2010, our efforts were acknowledged as the first Japanese site of GIAS, globally important agricultural heritage system, by the FAO, Food and Agriculture Organization. Now over 500 Toki live in Sado. In October 2022, I recruited Sado and Nature Positive Island, and my staff participated in CBD COP15 in Montreal. To share our lesson learned, and Sado City has been selected as one of decarbonization leading areas in Japanese. 脱炭素先行地域 by the Ministry of Environment, Japan. Last month, a new city hall aiming for zero energy building was also completed. I further aim for an island where resources circulate without the world waste. In March of this year, I enacted the ordinance for regional circulating and ecological sphere in Japanese, 地域循環共生圏, as the first case in the world. Just 2 weeks ago, we hosted the 6th International Conference for Enhancing for Biodiversity in Agriculture, in short, ICEBA 2023, with the participation of 180 attendees. We reaffirmed the importance of agriculture in nurturing biodiversity, considering climate change and actions. We consolidated the Sado Island Declaration New Biodiversity Farming. We'll start from Sado Satoyama, co-executing with Toki. The next 7th conference, ICEBA 2025, will be organized in Komatsushima City, Tokushima, Japan. We are also seeking recognition as a World Heritage Site, and we would be delighted if you could visit Sado, an island rich in history and nature, and join us in activities towards local sustainability. Thank you for your kind attention. ありがとうございました。
Thank you very much, Mayor Watanabe. Yeah. Yes. He very kindly sent a message in English. Thank you so much. Okay, then next, I would like to invite Mr. Michitaro Watanabe, Mayor of Nasu Shiobara City, Tochigi, Japan. And so please take a look at his video message.
COP28 に参加の皆さん、こんにちは。那須塩原市長の渡辺美太郎です。那須塩原は東京から北に150キロ、新幹線で70分の場所に位置し、地域の約4割を日光国立公園が占めます。農業が盛んで豊かな自然があり、たくさんの温泉を楽しむことができます。恵まれた自然環境、開拓の歴史が育んだ文化を活用して持続可能なまちづくりに取り組んでいます。グリーンディスティネーションズの世界の持続可能な観光地トップ100選に2年連続で選ばれました。持続可能なまちづくりの具体的な取り組みの一つに脱炭素化への取り組みがあります。2019年には2050年 CO2 排出実質ゼロ宣言を行い、翌年には気候変動適応センターを市町村レベルでは全国初として設置しました。2050年のカーボンニュートラルに向け、日本の中でも率先して地域と調和をした再生エネルギーを導入し、脱炭素と地域課題の解決の同時に今進めています。さらに、カーボンニュートラルだけではなく、資源の地域内循環を進め、また生物多様性の国際的な保全目標として 30by30 が掲げられている中、那須塩原では OECD の努力を後押しすることによって独自に2030年までに地域の 50% まで 現地域を増やす50 by 30の達成を担うなど、ネイチャーポジティブの取り組みを加速化させています。今年9月には、これらの取り組みを2050年のあるべき姿として、2050サステナブルビジョン那須塩原環境戦略実行宣言を掲げました。ネイチャーポジティブ、カーボンニュートラル、サーキュラーエコノミーを解決すべき重要課題の3本柱と掲げ、これら互いにシナジーを生み出しながら解決を目指してまいります。シナジーを生み出す取り組みの一つとして、100% アップサイクル生地を使った那須の自然と文化をデザインした技術がパークスプロジェクトジャパンによって作成されました。今私も着ているシャツがこれです。日本では公務員の人やサラリーマンの人はスーツやワイシャツを着て仕事をするのが一般的ですが、那須塩原ではその時の気候に適応した格好で自由に仕事ができる環境を作りました。空調の省エネルギー化によるカーボンニュートラルへの寄与だけではなく、市役所の職員さんが自ら着ることで市民に限らず全ての人に脱炭素に向けた行動変容がなされる効果を期待しています。那須塩原から我が国のカーボンニュートラルを投資していきます。また、この T シャツの売り上げ、国立公園の維持管理などにも使われ、地域のネイチャーポジティブにも寄与しています。那須塩原では、このような取り組みを率先して進め、カーボンニュートラルをはじめとした環境問題、課題解決を目指し、トップランナーとして日本をリードしていきます。
On the next program, I will have some short presentation. Where the new initiative and the new biodiversity farming will start from Sado's Satoyama coexistence with Toki. And Sado is full of the nature and then biodiversity and then also zero carbon initiative. As the Mizutani-san mentioned, there is a Datsutanso Senko Chiki, and then it's a decarbonization leading areas. Nasu Shiobara City and then Sado City are both selected as of 74. The last June 2021, the Japanese government launched the new roadmap for regional decarbonization. And then through this roadmap, the government said that they will select at least 100 decarbonization leading areas. That area will achieve zero carbon by 2030. This is a kind of image, a lot of innovation, but also it's very much important having the public involvement, partnership, also the education. I'm one of the committee member who acting chair to select these the decarbonization leading areas. And so we will continue to select the areas at least 100. So hopefully we have new other cities soon. Just jump from the Japan to Malaysia. Malaysia also look for the zero carbon, like Kuala Lumpur City. They declare the zero carbon by 2050, and then Tokyo Metropolitan Government and Saitama City work together to achieve zero carbon by for the Kuala Lumpur. It's interesting, Kuala Lumpur City also selected kind of decarbonization leading areas at the Wansa Maju area. So we also support this area. And then we also organized a session in Okayama University. The mayor of the Kuala Lumpur kindly came to Okayama, and also our office in Tokyo, IJ. So 3 mayors kindly joined the session. It's also very interesting and exciting time. 2 weeks ago, there is a first Asia Pacific Climate Week in Malaysia, Johor. I had worked in Malaysia for more than 5 years, so it's quite the delighted time. Yeah, here is Mr. Chow. We worked together for a long time. And so we share the lesson learned, and it's our new challenge. Now Johor has the new sustainability center. It's the very important center for having low carbon, zero carbon. New initiative is the synergy. So then UNDESA and then UNFCCC launched the first global synergy report. last September, and then there is a 12 expert. One member is the Professor Kazuhiko Takeuchi, president of the IGS. So there are several synergy-related COP28 side events. So then hopefully if you stay in the venue, or you can also take a look at the online. But the challenge that is how we can share our lesson learned not only inside Japan, but also such a global platform to accelerate the action. So this is a message from me. So thank you so much for your kind attention. Thank you. Okay. Yeah, so then let's back. Yeah, I should be back to moderator role. Okay, so then last session, but a very interesting, important session, transition from perspectives of youth. First, I would like to invite Mr. Shinji Hirai, Governor of Tottori Prefecture, Japan. He kindly prepared his video message, so please take a look.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. I'm the Governor of Tottori Prefecture. My name is Hirai Shinji. My prefecture is located in the west part of Japan, and we are proud of our great nature. These days, we came to introduce biomass generation and solar power plants. In this way, now the ability of generating electricity by renewable energy exceeds the demand of private sectors. In addition, we set up new standard of housing. This is called NEST, N-E-S-T. This is concerned with heat resistance and housing structure. By utilizing this new standard NEST, we contributed to decarbonization of this planet. Now, our younger generation will present you the status quo of Tottori Prefecture's decarbonization. Let me introduce Mr. Yokoyama, Ms. Mitani, Mr. Kojima. I wish you happy national holiday of UAE. Thank you so much.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for coming today. My name is Hiroyuki Hirata. I'm the executive director of JACA, Japan's Climate Change Action Center. Last year, I joined the COP27 Sharm el-Sheikh, Egypt, and I was so impressed by the activities of young generation. After I come back from COP27, I talked to the staff of Tottori Prefecture, how important to send a young generation to COP and asked for the solution. And now this year, COP28, there are 3 young leaders are able to come to the COP28. I would like to thank Tottori Prefecture for the execution. So now I'd like to introduce the 3 young leaders, Mr. Ryota Yokoyama, Ms. Natsumi Mitani, and Mr. Tsubasa Kojima. So please introduce yourself.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Ryota Yokoyama from Tottori University of Environmental Studies. My major is environment studies. Especially, I study in environmental education to change people's mindset. So thank you for having me. I'm honored to be here today. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Tsubasa Kojima from National Institute of Technology, Yonago College. My major is organic chemistry, and my study is about development of lignin degradation method for utilization of wood biomass. It's an honor to be here. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Natsumi Mitani. I'm a junior in university, and my major is environment, especially energy. I'm studying approaches from local energy to form. To form recognized society. I'm so happy to be here. Thank you.
Okay, today they will give us a presentation. That title is "We Are Minority of a Minority." Are you ready?
So let's get started. So we are a minority of a minority in Japan. We came from a place called Tottori in Japan to partner with people who share the interest goals and who share the common interest and goals. Japan is currently an aging society with a declining birth rate. Tottori Prefecture is the least populated area in the country with a large proportion of elderly people. So with the smallest population, with the smallest GDP, and the fewest number of young people. So we are the youth of Japan's smallest region. So in other words, a minority of a minority. We came here to network and collaborate with people who share the same goals in order to realize a decarbonized society together. So let me continue. So our country, Japan, is ranked as one of the most developed and affluent country in the world. However, in reality, Japanese people's awareness of environmental issues is low and lags behind many countries in the world. These problems lingers against the backdrop of Japan's growing aging population. In addition to this, the social norms and the values have continued in Japan for a long time, have had an impact with strong peer pressure and obstacles that make it difficult to take action. So there's a strong tendency to say, well, if it's good for now, we don't need to change anything. This mindset makes it harder for young generation to bring about a change for the future. Even when young generation do engage in activities related to the environment, older generation has tendency to respond with something like, oh, you are so impressive, or you guys have a promising future. We often interact with older generation at the business conference, academic conference, and other events. And they have commended our efforts. Yet, such compliments often makes us wonder whether they realize that they also need to take responsibility. This also makes us wonder whether it is really possible for us to make a change in a society. We feel that environmental issues are not seen as a personal matter. And the power of the younger generation to change the society is underestimated. Japan is often criticized for lax approach to the environmental issues. We agree with this criticism. Any environmental initiatives that aim to transform existing system require significant costs and efforts, but offer little opportunity to generate revenue. We have had this numerous times cases like selling Japan's strong industries such as semiconductors is of greater priority than environmental conservation. Additionally, whenever I watch the news, I get a sense that many people believe technology can solve everything. Money can fix any problem. This eventually leads to an irresponsible mindset that only focuses on the individual. And now,
Certainly, innovation and technology are indispensable in achieving a decarbonized society. And that is why I agree that it's important for businesses to develop sustainable initiatives. Nonetheless, many environmental issues cannot be solved with technology or money alone. We need to turn our attention to changing people's mindset and how they value the environment. The first step to achieve decarbonized society is for each individual to recognize the problem as our own and to be willing to take on new challenges to find solutions. New technology or innovation cannot be adapted without a culture of acceptance. We, the younger generation, need to spearhead effort to tackle these new challenges and drive social change. In present-day Japan, with its decreasing birth rate and unaged population, the younger generation is a minority. Among us, those who actively engage with environmental issues and work towards changing current situation are an even smaller minority. That is why we, the youth from Totori, are minority of a minority, are leading the charge and taking on this initiative to find greater number of like-minded peers. Our goal is to change public awareness and values about the environment. We need to be praised for our effort. Things like, I'm counting on you, or good luck. Instead, we hope to connect with those who say, let's work together. Let's cooperate with each other. There is a saying, action speaks louder than words. We, Totoribon team members, will be wearing these shirts at the venue. We hope to interact with as many people as we can. So if you see us, please come and talk with us. Thank you so much for your attention.
Thank you, Ryota, Tsubasa. And Natsumi. So
1 minute.
okay,
1 minute.
okay, 1 minute. So tell me about their T-shirt. We are wearing a cool T-shirt, the blue and yellow. What's the meaning of is that Totoribon?
Totoribon meaning,
Right.
yes. Totoribon. We are Totoribon members. Totori is not only a symbol, but also our spirit to enhance Totori sustainability. The yellow is CO2. Blue circle is 0. That meaning is Totori will reduce CO2 emission and regenerated itself an environmentally advanced prefecture. And initiative expanding like tying a ribbon. Yes.
Okay, guys, thank you for the great presentation. Thank you.
Congratulations, Totori team. And so please stand up again and then, yeah, give us a big applause. Yes. Congratulations, Totori Bon. And you are not the minority now.
Take
You
photos.
are not the minority. You are majority here. Yeah.
Take photos.
Yeah, photo, please
Okay.
take a photo here.
真ん中
Yeah.
はい
Yes. Congratulations. So, Totori Bon. Totori Bon. Okay, congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Young Paul. Yeah. So it's a power from Japan today, especially local actions. And then, yeah, today, this COP28 global stocktake is the main issues. And then, so please send a message to the global stocktake. And then have we also need to push Japanese government. Prime Minister will have speech this evening. Okay. So thank you very much for joining today's session. Unfortunately, no time for question, but you can communicate each other. Thank you so much. ありがとうございました。